Hey family, welcome back to my channel, We Can Butterfly Readings. Much love to you all. Hello, hello, hello. Family, as you see, I'm doing a reading on Gabby, Gabby, 22-year-old missing Gabby Petito. She is still presently missing. I want to read this quick article for those who not too familiar with this case, okay? This 22-year-old female, okay? It says authorities in several states were still searching for Gabby Petito on a Friday, weeks after the 22-year-old disappeared during a road trip across the United States with her fiance, excuse me, who has refused to speak to police. Petito and boyfriend Brian Laundrie initially set out together in a van on a summer-long tour of national park and a journey that she aimed to document on her blog. Okay, Laundrie, that's Gabby's fiance. Laundrie showed up with the van at their shared home in Florida on September 1st. Petito was not in the car, and Laundrie has not spoken publicly since, except through statements released by his lawyer. So her fiance returned home without Gabby, and she is still presently missing. Okay, family. So I just want to put that out there. So many of you were pretty much um, on board as far as knowing what this is pretty much about. Okay. So anyway, I'm with this reading right here. Now, let me say this real quick. I did do a private, my own little personal reading. A lot of time I will do it when it comes to these new cases that pop up. That's really why I took my time because I wasn't really going to do a reading, but information was coming out, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I know a lot of people they want transparency, and I can easily just have some cards already out, showing many of you but a lot of people who not used to watching me, they don't know how I work or anything, they're not gonna really see it as transparency because, as far as they're concerned, they don't know me and they don't know how my style of working, and they don't know as far as am I just making up ish, shall I say. But anyway, I did my own private reading, and some things came out about this case, and a lot of things I haven't really heard nobody talk about yet, shall I say. And I was taking my time, and when I was doing my personal readings, I had received like thank you, with my personal crime reading. I was like, wow, I'm receiving a lot of information, and the fact that the spirit was telling me thank you, I was like, you know what? This is not meant just for me to be holding on to. I need to be sharing this, okay? Because that's really what it's all about. When the Most High God gives His children gifts, it is for us to share it. But I will say this, I really wasn't planning on doing this reading because I'm not all about jumping on every case. Let me just say that, I had to be led by the spirit before I do anything, and it has to feel right to me. So anyway, family, whatever you hear, it is allegedly, and this is for entertainment purpose only. I do not know everything. You know this, and I know this. I'm just led by the spirit, and it has not stirred me wrong whatsoever. Okay, so a lot of information that you're going to see here, I'm sure many of you already know it. Okay, because a lot of things are unfolding as we speak. Okay, it's a lot going on behind the scenes, and things are really, really unfolding as we speak. So, um, you know, it's constantly update of information that's coming out concerning the 22-year-old missing Gabby. Okay, and I am praying for her. I am praying for her that she will be found. Let me just say that I'm praying that this sister will receive justice. Just say that. Okay, so much love to her parents. Much love to her parents. Um, I will keep you in my prayers. And the parents, her parents, not asking me to do this reading. I'm doing this as a labor of love, okay? Just because. Just like a host of my other brothers and sisters who are putting the work in as a labor of love. We do this just because, family, okay? Just trying to make a difference and trying to help. That's all, okay? So that being said, um, I'm trying to think. I want to share this real quick. I think I will share this real quick. I was wondering about, what really jumped out between Gabby and her fiance, Brian, okay? Because we all know, because I've seen it myself, yes, indeed, we all know that Gabby and her fiance Brian had an altercation, okay, early before the unthinkable happened, as far as her, going missing. They had an altercation earlier, and we all saw this unfold, you know, on the police cam. Okay, we saw this as far as what went down between these two, and they had to be separated. Okay, due to some type of domestic situation. But I still want to know, what was those hidden, deep layers as far as what really jumped out between these two. But let me say this real quick, and then I'm going to let the spirit do the talking. Yes, indeed. But I'm going to say this real quick, and I'm sure the spirit going to back me up. Okay, but with these two, one thing in a toxic relationship. Let me just say that they were really in a toxic relationship, and what I'm picking up in the spirit about these two. Let me just say this: Gabby and her fiance Brian. I'm picking up that for one thing, they didn't really know each other. That they didn't really know each other as the way they thought they knew each other. Let me just say that. Okay, there was a lot of secrets going on in that relationship. Okay, let me just say that. There was a lot of secret going on in that relationship on both ends. That's right. I said that, and these are personal things. But a lot of times, it's like I know when you doing the kind of things these two are doing. They set out on a venture. They constantly together. You can really get on each other's nerves for one thing, but they constantly around each other and they're talking, and just the little things can just tee the person off. Because for one thing, the boundaries are crossed. Y'all up on each other. You feel like you're not having no time for yourself, and a lot of times, when a person get pissed off, you know, um, anxiety kick in or whatever, they just, really tell you how they feel. Let me just say that. And things come out in the heat of those arguments, okay? A lot of times things can come out and they be like, oh, really? Okay, I didn't know this. A lot of times, how they say out of the mouth the heart speaks, a lot of times things come out. So with that being said, a car popped up, right? Because I really want to get an idea, what was the catalyst as far as uh, as far as the arguments they was having, okay? So I received a page of air. Okay. And with this card, it speaks about logical, it speaks about honest, it speaks about being impulsive and curious. Okay. And it says here challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without fact. So this is one who is telling someone something, but they're saying it's the truth, but it's delivered without facts. Okay. So as I stated, it's a lot of deception and a lot of secrets that was going on in this relationship. And ish started to come out. Let me just say that. Now real quick, I'm going to read up on this card real quick. Hold on, family. And then I'm going to get started with this reading. Just give me a minute. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I apologize, family. My mother had came in and asked me a question. I apologize. All right. Let me show this real quick. Okay. Hey, butterflies. Hello. This is the car I was telling you about right here. All right. I pretty much wanted to know the catalyst about their situation. Okay. You see this? Now, the other cards I will be showing you, and you will see me shuffling those cards. Okay. I just want to share this one real quick with you because this plays a big factor when it comes to these two. Okay. Now, this right here is the page of air. So I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Like I always do. I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to sit this right here, okay? So give me a minute, family. All right, family, this is the page of air. I hope maybe you can see this right here. Help is to hear. Situation. You will likely receive new information that presents a challenge or delay. You'll likely receive new information that presents a challenge or delay. The message may come from someone who speak bluntly and without thoughtfulness. But don't take it personally. What's important is the message, not the messenger. Okay? People, a youth who's often intelligent, honest, and endless curious. A person who's analytical with a brilliant intellect and who can reveal the truth behind situation. Fair, logical, unemotional, impulsive. Additional meaning to this card: a new challenge, a contract or agreement, constructive criticism, legal matters, and gossip. And gossip. Keep that in mind. That's someone that's receiving information, okay, about somebody. They're finding out something about somebody, okay? Secrets coming out, okay? And also when it comes to communicating with each other, okay, how one deals with, you know, taking criticism when someone is trying to tell them about themselves. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to handle criticism. Okay, but like the message say, it's not so much about, you know, you know, hold on, it's not so much about how a person said, but it is the message. Okay, um, at the end of the day, both of these two were unbalanced. Let me just say that both of these two was very unbalanced. Okay, I'm definitely picking up on that. They both had some issues. Let me just say that. All right. Now, whatever come out of this reading, family, I'm not blaming her. Okay, I'm not blaming her because she's the one that's missing. Okay, I truly believe something jumped off, and at the end of the day, you know, Brian didn't know how to handle the situation. I'm sensing cover up, okay? And I'm sensing, you know, I really want to watch how I talk, okay? Because a lot of things the spirit was revealing to me. I want things to play out, but I'm praying like many of you that she's still with us, but I'm not sensing that, okay? And I can sense things about you whether you're alive or deceased. I'm not sensing that, okay? That's all I'm going to say, okay, family. I'm not sensing that about this sister. Before I get started, real quick, I wanted to know about, I know that she did spoke with her mother before she went missing, and I want to kind of get a general idea as far as what that conversation could have been about. Allegedly, allegedly, okay. This card here popped up. This is material harvest. This one hands is wide open. This speaks about money. Okay, I just want to show you these cards. Okay, so I can elaborate on them. This right here popped up. Okay, this is someone who's seeing the light. They're either in a spotlight or they're seeing the light about something. Okay, this right here popped up. New beginnings. Okay, so this somebody's moving forward. All right, this one who's trying to move forward. Okay, but actually, this car was upside down. Her car was not up. Her car was upside down. So, as I stated, I want to know as far as getting an idea, as far as the conversation that was going on with her and her mother the last time they had spoken. I truly feel like it had a lot to do with, she's trying to move forward, but she feels stuck. She feels in stagnation, and I feel like money plays a big part. Her and Brian was not really in a good place as far as having a strong foundation together. Okay, I feel like money plays a big part. Okay, I feel like you know she was seeking spiritual strength. As far as seeking some comfort from her mother, and as well as strength. That support from her mother. Why they were speaking on to produce here. Okay, but it's like stagnation. They're still waiting on something. Okay, look like the money was funny. And right here, this is a disruption card. It's upside down upward. Had this card been upward, I would say, okay, this is her doing, because this is readings about her. I would say this is her doing as far as why she went missing. But when the card's upside down, it lets me know that the disruption is coming from a source outside of her. Okay, so the last person that was with her was her fiance. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is someone outside of someone outside of Gabby caused disruption to her. Let me just say that because she is the one that is missing. And this last card right here is upside down. Upward, this is the one who's making movements and they got a decision to make. And they're looking at all their options, okay? They're looking at all of their options. And they have a choice to make and they're trying to see which door to go out of. When I think about Brian, this is what I see behind the scenes. He got this decision to make. He's making movements behind the scenes, and he has options. And he's trying to figure out which door to go through, whatever that means to him. When it comes to Gabby and her mother having their conversation, I can imagine it was something more like, she has a decision to make, but she has not made that decision yet. But she knows that she needs to make a decision. Okay, I'm sensing that the sister was planning on moving forward and ending this relationship. Okay, this is what I'm picking up in the spirit. All right, something jumped out to where, as I stated, she came to some realization. She came to some information and to a truth about something, shall I say, and she was not feeling it. Okay, she was not feeling it, and yes, Gabby is um she is smaller than Bryant. Okay, I think they said she was what, like one something, 110, something like that. And of course, he's taller and he's heavier and all of that. But as you see, she doesn't take no mess either. Okay, Gary's kind of person. She's like all up in your face. And I don't know if his side of the family or her side of the family may have seen that other side of her. It kind of come off bullish like, but um. I feel like something stems from Brian. I'm picking up in the spirit something that's stemming from Brian as far as his past. I don't know if he was bullied as a child in school or whatever, but it's pretty much the way these two communicate with each other. Their communication was very, when it comes to boundaries, it was off big time. And Gary was kind of she like all up in his face. And I feel like that was also the catalyst with these two. Also, I feel like he snapped. Okay, I feel like he really just snapped, and it doesn't make it right what jumped off, but this is what I'm picking up in the spirit. I'm also picking up entanglement also, um, and lack of commitment on one of these. Okay, it could be more on Brian end, but I'm picking up on somebody else is in the picture. Not saying somebody else is involved, but somebody found out somebody else was cutting out also. Okay, but you know what? All of this is allegedly, okay? All of this is allegedly. Let things play out, family, okay? Without, no matter what you hear in this reading, let things play out because things will come out to the light, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay? Now, how I'm going to do this right here. I'm looking at Gabby. The eyes are the windows to our soul, okay? Now, I know y'all saying, what are you saying, Corinne? You saying Gabby was like a bully? Let me say this real quick. I also sensed that Gabby felt like she felt powerless. Okay. And I'm going to say that too. I sensed that she felt very powerless in that relationship for whatever reason. And along the lines, allegedly, that was part of the conversation with her mom also, as far as getting her power back. You know what I'm saying? Getting her power back. But let me just say this, there was some bullying going on in their relationship. I'm going to just leave it there. Okay. There was some bullying going on in that relationship. And we all know abuse as well. Now I'm through with that. Now I'm going to let the spirit do the talking, okay? I'm setting my intentions, family. Have ears to hear now. I'm setting my intention. I'm going to have three roles. This role is going to be Gabby, okay? I want the spirit to tell me about Gabby concerning this whole scenario, what went down, okay? And I want the spirit to tell me about, okay, this is going to be about Gabby. This is going to be about the scenario as far as what went down, okay? And over here it's going to be the suspect. But I'm going to say it like this. I had to say the suspect, okay? And because I don't really just want to say Brian, I just throw him up on the bus. All right, I'm just going to say the suspect. I'm going to let you be the judge, okay? If y'all want us to say Brian is the suspect, fine and dandy. The spirit knows who the suspect is, and that's all that matters, okay? But right here is going to be Gabby. What the spirit wants to know about Gabby, I'm going to be using the Divine Shadow Oracle deck, okay? And shout out to Divine Visions. I'm gonna be using this deck right here, and it speaks volume. It lets you know those hidden things about people, okay? Things that people either embrace or they try to hide, okay? A lot of people who wear the mask, as far as those hidden things about them, this card right here will reveal it. Okay, it will reveal the true nature of an individual, and also circumstances that has played out in a situation when it comes to the missing. Okay, so have ears to hear. All right, so not only are you going to know certain things about an individual that they're trying to keep hidden, or things that you didn't know about them, but also certain scenarios are going to play out. They're going to come out in this reading also. Okay, things that were hidden. Okay, keep that in mind. So, as I stated, I'm going to set my intentions. I want to know about Gabby. I want to know about Gabby, okay, when it comes to her relationship with Brian. I want to know about the circumstances in the middle. And I did say the suspect. I'll go ahead and say Brian, okay, since Brian was the last person that was with her. I'm going to write on this third row is going to be about Brian concerning, his relationship with Gabby. I do it like that, okay? I'm going to keep it simple, just like that. And I'm going to let the spirit do the talking. So give me a minute. I'm setting my attention. That's my spirit guide to connect with Gabby. Spirit guide. I see those things in the dark, bring them out to the marvelous light. Seeking clarity about Gabby and Bryant relationship. What led up to the disappearance of Gabby. 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 What was the circumstances of Gabby disappearance? What are the circumstances of Bryant in this relationship? Gabby, the situation that unfolded related to it, and Bryant, okay? Gabby, situation, Bryant. Gabby, situation, Bryant. Okay, what I'm gonna do, family. What I'm gonna do one at a time, okay? I'm gonna do one of them at a time. I'm gonna do Gabby first, situation, then I do Bryant, okay? I do it like that. Okay. Thank you. Okay, this is Gabby. Situation as far as surrounding, what's going on now. Focus on Bryant. Bryant. Excuse me, family. All right, family. These are one I will not be using. Okay. As you see, all the cards were turned this way, and the writing is on this side. See that? All the writing is on this side. Okay. Oh boy, give me a minute. Put this phone on a charger. It's about to clunk out. Alrighty. Thank you all for being so patient. Much love to you. So, family, there was a lot of things that I said, okay? And I know many of you probably didn't agree with it, and that's okay. The spirit is going to back me up with a lot of things that I said, okay? Because as I stated, I've already did a reading about this case already. Let me just say that. If anything made many of you see clarity as well as confirmation of as far as what you already know and as far as what you're picking up in your spirit as well, okay, family? So right here, I'm going to start off with Gabby, okay? A lot of these things won't be so this is not my opinion, okay? This is what the spirit is revealing to me about Gabby, and as well as it might still speak about how she was feeling, and as well as a little bit about the circumstances, right? But this right here was more letting us know as far as what led up to what went down, and this is the spirit revealing to us about Brian, okay? So let's get started with a lot of these words, family. You're gonna have to Google them, but I will go over certain words, okay? But a lot of them, I'm gonna go ahead and say just Google them, okay? Now, Gabby, okay, this was her role right here, the first one. She's letting us know abuse, okay? This is what she letting us know abuse, that she was abused, okay? Or shall I say, or in an abuse relationship, okay? And I hate to say it, fam, a lot of the same cards will come right back out. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. That Gabby let us know she was emotionally drained. Okay? She was emotionally drained. Okay, I'm going to say allegedly 'cause I'm seeing something that's coming out. I'm going to say allegedly, okay? Whatever this means. Lustful, bias. The next one is aloof. Okay, this is Gabby, aloof. And you can Google it, family, but it pretty much speaks about how a person is um it speaks about A person is being distant, shall I say, detached, unresponsive. Okay? Distance, detached, and unresponsive. All right? It could be maybe her emotional state that she was in. Okay? Drowning. There's someone who could be drowning in their emotions, or she could have drowned. Okay? Now I'm not sensing that, but right now I'm gonna let the spirit do the talking. Okay? I'm gonna let the spirit do the talking. But it has here drowning. What I'm picking up is she's drowning in her emotions. Okay? Yep. See the same thing popping up. Bully. Remember we talked about that? Remember I had showed you this card right here? Remember I showed you this card right here, page of air. Okay? Now you can say Gabby could have been bullied towards her fiance. Okay, you can say that, or you can say maybe she felt like she was bullied. Okay, but she's definitely very headstrong, family. Let me just say that. And remember, page of air, it's a challenging information, delays, change to plans, truth delivered without facts. Out of the conversation that um, Gabby and her fiance Brian was having, um, there was a lot of hostile hostility, shall I say? I mean, the energy, shall I say? Just be talking about it. I feel like anxiety a little bit. Um, these two were definitely they had a toxic relationship. Okay, it would have came to an end eventually anyway. Okay, cause no good's gonna come out of a relationship like that anyway. All right. It was coming very toxic. But anyway, bully popped up, and it also popped up when I did my private reading. Bully. Okay, this is Gabby saying she felt empty. This is Gabby. She says she felt bitterness. Now, for a person to feel like this, obviously they came into some information that just made them feel some type of way. This is her feeling bitterness. I told you, family, I can't make this ish up. Look at that. Remember, somebody came to some challenging information, entanglement. Okay. Now, as I stated, I sense secret on both ends. Okay, and lack of commitment. Okay, when it comes to these two, they really was not ready for marriage. To tell you the truth. All right, this popped up. This is confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Entanglement, and maybe you know what entanglement means. Okay, we dealing with a three party. Somebody on the side is somebody know anything about. Okay, would it be um, Gabby allegedly maybe could have been seeing somebody, or possibly Brian could have been seeing somebody on the side. But something came out. Let me just say that. In the heat of them arguing, you know, I don't know if somebody saw somebody's phone, but in the heat of passion and them just arguing and not really communicating effectively, information started to come out. Okay, things that were hidden started to come out. But entanglement. Okay, this is one of the secrets. Entanglement. Look at that. Thank you, Spirit. Heartbroken. Gabby felt heartbroken. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. I'm trying to tell you, she came to some information, and that's why she was going off on him. Okay? That's why she was going off on him and all up in his face. And it did look kind of like a bully, someone being a bully, but that's why she was going off on him. All right? Information was coming out. Okay? She came into some information that was once hidden. Disconnection. This is how she felt towards her fiance, disconnection, the lack of communication, the closeness. Thank you, Spirit. This is Gabby family. She's saying she felt humiliation. I can't make this ish up. Thank you, Gabby. Much love to you. She felt humiliation. Gabby felt withdrawn. And I'm telling you another thing, Gabby was gonna leave him too. She was gonna leave him too. Gabby felt withdrawn. This is popping up dark. Okay. Now you could say Gabby found herself in a dark place emotionally, okay, within, or you can say that she's hidden in a dark place, okay, meaning she's not out in the open, she's somewhere hidden inside of a place, okay, inside of something. Coercion, coercion. We all know what that means, okay. This speaks about using force or threats, okay? Persuading somebody, using force or threats, persuading somebody. And the last card, rebellious. Now, with this coercion card, you can say, because this is Gabby's deck on this side, let me just say that. A lot of this is not really pertaining to her character. A lot of this is probably the themes as far as the scenario that played a scenario that played out, okay, as far due to her disappearance. So look at it from that perspective too. But this is coercion. This is someone who's using force and threats, okay? Um, Trying to persuade somebody or get their point across. Okay, coercion. Could this be Gabby using coercion towards Brian because she's so pissed off? Or it could have been Brian, okay, using coercion towards Gabby, trying to get her to see things his way. Okay, it's one or the other. But both of them are not innocent at all, okay, when it comes to how they dealt with each other, all right? But she is the innocent one as far as because she's the one that's missing, okay, and we know this, okay. But what I'm just saying, as far as in that relationship, they were both toxic when it comes to each other and rebellious. You could say Gabby was rebellious, or maybe that's how she saw, their relationship. Okay, I'll let maybe be the judge on that. But a lot of cards came right back out concerning Gabby and her outtake when it comes to that relationship. She said the relationship was dark. Okay, she felt withdrawn. She felt humiliated. Okay, and that's someone that could be in the dark and found out about something. They just felt humiliated. Okay, she felt disconnection. Okay, with her fiance, she felt heartbroken. Okay, she found out about this entanglement. Okay, she felt bitterness. She felt empty, and she's speaking about bully. Okay, could Gabby being bullied towards Brian? As far as the way she communicate towards him. Okay, 'cause I do sense that he's been through that before in the past. Let me just say that. All right. I don't know if he snapped or what, but anyway, drowning. Someone drowning their emotions, or you can say allegedly she could have drowned. Aloof. Okay. I'll show you what aloof is. You can Google that yourself. And bias, lustful. She felt emotionally drained. And she's saying abuse. Okay, she was abused. Okay, abuse. Now, let's look at the middle card. The middle card is speaking, giving us a little idea as far as the scenario that played out, as far as um, how things. Well, let me just say this: the middle cards pretty much let us know about just those key factors that played out due to the disappearance of um, Gabby. Okay, so pay attention. Closed off. In a way, it's kind of giving us clues also, okay? And these cards are not in divine order whatsoever. All right, family? So the spirit is saying closed off. Wow, thank you, spirit. I told you they have money issue. Okay, money played a big part. Greed. So somebody was operating in greed. Remember the card? Material harvest where their hands were wide open. Somebody was expecting money. Greed. Yep, I knew this already. Deception. There was deception in that relationship. And secrets. And real quick, since this card popped up, I have a card right here, family. I want to read up on because it speaks about deception. Where is the here it is. Give me a minute. Let me read this real quick. Because he'll give us more a better understanding about that card deception. I like this card right here. You see this? This right here is on my psychic tarot deck card, but it speaks about deception, okay? It speaks about deception and envy. You see that? It will give you an idea of what this is talking about when it comes to that relationship, okay? Somebody thought they knew somebody well, but they found out they really didn't know them that well. Let me just say that. Have ears to hear. Deception. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. This card comes at a time when individuals or conditions aren't what they appear to be. How well do you really know the people around you? Are they telling you everything you need to know? In business, make sure you gather all the necessary information so that you're unaware of or understand all the facts before continuing. You work hard. Don't let others take from you what is rightfully yours. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, some people may be envious of your accomplishments. This card also represents a time of sudden and unexpected changes or when plans that you're undertaking may not turn out exactly the way you have envisioned. Heavy plan B is a fallback strategy to prevent future problems. This card is a reminder to be prepared. It's better to be safe than sorry. But at the end of the day, how well do you really know those that are around you? Are they telling you everything you need to know? Okay? These two were not ready for no marriage. Let me just say that, okay? Because I'm definitely sensing lack of commitment. All right? That's all I want to say. Trauma. Spirit let us know trauma. Insecurities. Somebody was full of insecurities in that relationship. Drug. I say drug. I am sensing that somebody was taking prescription medicine for something, but it says drugs, okay? So I don't know if these two were doing drugs or what, but drugs popped up. So we're gonna let it sit there, okay? Burdens. Somebody has burdens. Anxiety. Now I know this right here is definitely Gabby. Okay, I'm definitely picking up on that when it comes to her. She was definitely full of anxiety. She had a lot going on with her. Look at that. Look at that. Disrespectful. Somebody felt disrespectful in that union. And then it could have been disrespecting each other. Okay, because that relationship was very toxic. Confusion. Grudge. Somebody holding a grudge. Yep, yep, yep. Thank you, Spirit. Temptation. See, your Spirit is giving us a little background scenario as far as those things are were hidden. They were very problematic, and they was going to eventually, pop off eventually anyway. Shall I say? Okay. These two had some underhanded issues that really need to be worked out, and I'm sure by them going on that trip, they were trying to work out a lot of things as far as trying to connect with each other. But you not being true to thyself, think things are going to come out eventually. Okay. Temptation played a big part. Remember entanglement, family. Regret. Look at that. Regret. Antagonists. Antagonists. The inability. I think it's someone that oppose bullying. They oppose bullying. Okay. But many of you can Google it yourself. Okay. Rage. I'm gonna say this, family, and it's okay to disagree, but disagree with love. I sense this right here is Gabby. Okay. Whatever's going on with her, she definitely went to a dark place as far as her emotions. Okay. That second incident with Gabby and Brian really exploded. Okay. She went off. Rage. Depression. Not only was she dealing with anxiety, but Gabby was dealing with depression as well. Secretive. I told you. Secretive. All I gotta say is they learned a lot about each other. On that trip, they learned a lot about each other they did not know. Okay? But, some people don't know how to, when it comes to the truth, they don't know how to handle it. Doubtful. Defiance. Vindictive. Somebody that felt very vindictive. Okay? It's like you're trying to get back at somebody. Disagreeable. Aggression. And we all saw this play out, on the police cam. Okay? How, what went down between these two before. Okay? Guilt. Somebody felt guilt. Awkward. Someone feeling awkward. Emotional blackmail. We all know what this is, okay? How people can be telling you things, a lot of times just to keep you hanging in there or to keep you around, okay? To keep you around, and they just full of lies, secrets, okay? But it was a lot of emotional blackmail that was going on in this relationship. A lot of manipulation. Let me just say that, okay? Emotional manipulation. Mm. Rejection. Somebody felt a sense of rejection. Could it be somebody was going to walk away? That's what I'm picking up on. Some people don't know how to take rejection very well. Rejection. Helpless. Denial. Someone is in denial about something that they partake in, okay? They act like it didn't happen. They're in denial. Allegedly, could it be you, Brian, in denial? Ghosting. Yeah, well, we know this. I definitely sense in the spirit that she was left and abandoned. Okay, period, point blank, period. Yeah, she would definitely ghost. Okay, ghosting, not showing up. So you're gonna show up for somebody and you don't show up. Ghosting, condescending. You see how all this is very toxic, and this is the kind of relationship that Brian and Abby had. Gabby, I said Abby, I apologize. Gabby had being condescending, cold. Somebody was feeling cold towards the other. Somebody felt conflicted. There can be like a mental conflict also. Somebody felt conflicted. And lastly, desperation kicked in. Desperation. Now, family, the spirit is revealing to us a lot of key things that played out before the unthinkable happened to Gabby, okay? So, like a puzzle, we had to put those pieces together. We saw Gabby stat. The middle was pretty much a scenario, okay, as far as what was going on between these two. Now, this is Brian. This is her fiance deck. Let's see what the spirit wants us to know about Brian, okay? Gossip. Now, what this could mean is information was coming out that Gabby was finding out about Brian, and he see it as gossip. Okay, you can look at it from that perspective. But I let many of you be the judge. This is Brian dead right here. Okay, the gossip. The spirit saying Brian is arrogance. Oh, I was wondering why I saw that card. The spirit say Brian is envy. Hmm. Envy of who? Is he envy of was he envy of Gabby? Interesting. Envy. This is Brian. Spirit said Brian is ignorance. Spirit say Brian is selfishness. He's selfish. Allegedly. Okay. This is what Spirit is saying when it comes to his deck. The next card, passive aggression. Passive aggression. Spirit said when it comes to Brian, accusations. When it comes to Brian, flighty. Hmm. I did Google it. It says irresponsible. The spirit says Brian is fearful. I guess so. The situation that he ended up in, I guess he is fearful. Mm. The spirit saying Brian is Boredom. A lot of time you get this card right here. It speaks about someone who's longing for change. Okay, they're longing for change. They're longing for something different. Okay, so Brian was operating in boredom also. Constant complacency. Complacency. It speaks about unaware of danger. Okay, unaware of danger. Complacency. The next card concerning Brian, grief. The next card concerning Brian, callous. It speaks about no emotion. No emotion to others' feelings. Okay? It's about someone who's showing no emotion to others' feelings. Okay? Can you imagine you talking to someone and you trying to express yourself to them and it's like they are ignoring you? They hear you and they don't hear you. They're pretty much going to one ear, not the other. But anyway, callous. Next card, addictions. And we did see drugs, didn't we? Not saying that Brian is that does drugs, but it did pop up, okay? If not, somebody's taking prescription, but drugs did pop up. But this is Brian card, addiction. It could be sexual addiction, okay? It's some type of addiction. Bryant, feeling defensive. This is Brian feeling ashamed. This is Brian feeling evasive. Yep, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Someone who's longing, I'm sorry, someone who avoiding commitment. Okay? Someone who's avoiding commitment. I Googled this right here. Evasive. Someone who's avoiding commitment. hmm And we did see boredom, didn't we? Someone who's longing for change, didn't we? Yep. Brian is the one that's avoiding commitment. Okay? And I don't know if he was telling her that when it comes to his little talk with her or things were just coming out. Okay? Because, like I said, entanglement came out. Okay? So somebody was definitely seeing somebody. Okay? And we definitely seen this O'Brien in. He was he was avoiding commitment. All right? And I'm sure a lot of that came out when it comes to his little powwow with him and his fiance. Okay? Absent minded. So not only does he carry himself irresponsible, but also absent-minded. This is Brian numbness. He feels very numb to what has transpired. Okay, he feels very numb. The next card, brainwash. For whatever reason, this is Brian. He felt brainwashed, whatever that means. Okay, and it could be also allegedly if he was seeing somebody else. Okay, you got somebody else in your ear. Okay, but something was going on with him where he felt brainwashed. He talking to somebody. Ego bound. Manipulation. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Now it's making sense. So Brian was doing a lot of manipulation. Brian was doing a lot of manipulating in that relationship. He was doing a lot of, for one thing, he was avoiding commitment. Okay. He pretty much telling Gabby what she wanted to hear. Okay. To keep her around. Okay. Let me just say that. But now things are starting to make sense now. Okay. And Brian does have some type of an addiction, allegedly, whatever that addiction is. Okay. We did see drugs pop up. Okay. But it could be a sexual addiction because I'm seeing entanglement popping up. Okay. And we saw here boredom. That's someone who's looking for change. Okay, they're pretty much bored, and we see here irresponsible. Okay, this is what he was seeing around him, accusations. So whatever that was going on between Gabby and Brian, it was a lot of accusations going on. All right, as I stated, she was coming to information concerning him. Those things that were in the dark was coming out to the marvelous light. Let me just say that. Okay, let me just say that selfishness. Okay, he think about himself. 'Cause I was wondering where that brainwash was coming from. I'm thinking it was Brian, but this right here. This was Brian was doing to Gabby. Okay, he pretty much trying to brainwash her to get her to think in the way he want her to think. Okay, but he was full of manipulation. Okay, as well as deception. All right, as well as full of deception. Okay, but this is what he was doing to her. All right, but she started to see the light. I tell you that she started to see the light. Ambulance, uncertainty, has mixed feelings. This is Brian. He felt uncertainty and was having mixed feelings. Okay, and I guess he was if he was, uncertain about their relationship. And you see, and allegedly you could be seeing somebody else. Okay, but somebody was planning on walking away. Let me just say that. Somebody was definitely planning on walking away from that relationship. Mm. I definitely was picking up on this also. Someone operating as far as, well, let me say this. This is domineering. So maybe you know what that is, okay? Trying to force your will over somebody else, okay? Being a control freak. So according to the spirit, Brian was domineering towards Gabby, okay? I'm sure his way or no way. Domineering, distraction. And I have two more cards left. Unfortunately, I'm going to put these two together, family. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. This right here was Brian Landon card, okay? His deck that was on the end. Brian created destruction, and okay, when it comes to Gabby, as well as he sabotaged her. And you know what's popping up also in my spirit? Patient and planning. Patient and planning. I'm not going to say patient and planning as far as the beginning of these two setting off on their road trip, but somewhere during their times together, okay, when things started to go south, if you know what I mean, started to go sour in their relationship, Brian was doing a lot of thinking. Okay, he was doing a lot of thinking, but his thinking was very foolish and it was not wise. Okay, it was not wise at all. Okay, the way things went down. Let me just say that. But sabotage speaks volume. It speaks volume. He sabotaged her and created destruction. Speaks for itself. Thank you, Spirit. And Gabby already told us she was being abused in that relationship. Okay. Now, real quick, this reading has gone an hour. I know it was not like my general reading that I always do, but I kind of want to do this a little differently than I normally do, family. At the end of the day, um, you be the judge, family. You always the judge. Let me just say that because many of you operate your own divine intuition, okay? Just don't be going by what you think, go by what you feel on the inside, all right? Because at the end of the day, I've already stated what I was picking up in the spirit, and I also let the spirit uh, back me up. And many of you receive clarity, what you picking up on, as well as confirmation, okay? What have already been stated. But I'm going to say this real quick, okay? Um, I'm praying that the sister will be found. I am seeing a lot of turning a blind eye to this whole scenario. And many of you know what I'm talking about when it comes to authority, turning a blind eye. As you see what went down between Brian and Gabby when it was first stopped, shall I say, that was a lot of turning a blind eye. And it was really because, this was a female that was allegedly, that was the so-called abuser towards the male, okay? Had it been the male doing a female like that, he would have been locked up, and we all know this, okay? But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I see a lot of turning the blind eye going on in this scenario, and Brian is receiving help, shall I say? Um, you just don't know who knows people. Let me just say that. I ain't just talking about just the fact that he got a lawyer. You don't know who knows people. Let me just say that. Okay? Because when this situation went down, he did receive help. So somebody is definitely in the know that know, um, you know, where she is. Also, it ain't just Brian. Somebody else is in the know also that's helping him that knows what happened to Gabby. Um, I'm just sensing that another fight broke out due to these two talking and things coming out. Okay, due to deception and secrets coming out. Okay, on both ends, and a lot of people, don't know how to take certain things, and then they blow up, and one thing, leads to another. Instead of these two just going their own separate way, they chose to handle the matter their way, and it did not end well whatsoever, um, due to their relationship being toxic. Okay, they chose to deal with it their way, but their way was not the wise way. Let me just say that. And also, the way Brian is going by things is not the wise way either. I am praying for justice for Gabby. Let me just say that. Will she get justice? Only time will tell, family. Will they find Gabby? Only time will tell. And I'm only saying that because things that have been revealed to me by the Spirit. That's all I'm going to say. For some reason, I was seeing fire. I was seeing fire. I'm not saying that she was burnt, but there was evidence that was burnt. Okay, and when it comes to evidence, not only can it be personal items, but it can be a person as well. Let me just say that, allegedly. But I was picking up on fire, and I was picking up on partying, as far as things that led up to the unthinkable. Okay, they're partying, having fun, they're drinking or whatever. Um, could possibly be doing drugs. Okay, because drugs did pop up. Um, as I stated, things went to the left. I'm picking up on um, glasses. Um, I'm wondering, do Brian wear glasses or reading glasses or prescription glasses? 'Cause I'm picking up on that. It was something else I was picking up on too about a person. I am picking up as far as Gabby, she's in some type of remote location, and maybe you're gonna be like, "Well, yeah, Corinne, they were out there in a national park." Well, yeah, she's definitely in a location like that. But the point I'm trying to make is somewhere to where her phone is not with her. Okay, she's somewhere to where her phone is not with her, and she's somewhere in a remote location to where ain't have nobody around. She's not in a area to where people are around. That's what I'm trying to make. It's very secluded, remote. That's all I'm going to say. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else before I end this reading, family. Um, I'm also picking up on a smoker. Also, a smoker. It may not really be a big deal. I don't know if it's like smoking pot or somebody like to smoke cigarettes, but I'm picking up on the smoker also. And also, well, I didn't mention glasses, didn't I? Yeah, whether somebody wear reading glasses or prescription glasses. I'm picking up on that too for some reason. And as I stated, I'm sensing that Gabby was getting to the point of she started to see the light, and she wanted to get her power back. Let me just say that, and possibly walk away from the relationship. Okay. And we did see rejection, family. We did see the rejection card popped up. So someone, did not take rejection very well. Okay. Even though entanglement was a part of the equation, a lot of times people still don't know how to take rejection well. Let me just say that. Okay. So that plays a big part as far as why people pop off the way they do. Okay, instead of dealing with things in a more, you know, um, responsible way, wiser way, people they just lose all common sense. Okay, they just don't know how to handle rejection, and sadly, I feel like this is the situation that jumped off with our sister Gabby. Okay, with her and her fiance. With her and her fiance. Um, this card spoke volumes, page of air when it spoke about challenging information, delays, change. I'm sorry, delays or change to plans, and truth delivered without facts. This spoke volume right here. Okay, it spoke volume as far as you know what jumped off. Okay, you see that it spoke volume. And it's pretty much this in a nutshell, okay? It's say honest, but it's lack of honesty, okay? But anyway, much love to her family. I pray you get the justice. I pray that, there be justice as far as, you know, allegedly Brand, did the unthinkable that, for one thing, I pray that he would speak up, but I don't sense that. Okay, I don't sense him speaking up. Let me just say that. And I'm praying that not only did he speak up, but that this sister would get justice. But for some reason, I had got one card family, and it was the success card, and it was upside down, and it can mean many things. Okay, and I want to say this: it can mean many things. It can mean that Gabby body won't be found. Okay, lack of not justice, but lack of success when it comes to finding her body. It can mean that, or it can mean that Brian won't be charged. Okay, due to lack of evidence, and also they haven't found her body. It could be one or the other. But I am praying that the family will get the soul justice that they deserve. Okay, I'm praying that they find this sister. Period. Okay, but as I stated, things were coming to me, and I just don't know, family. Okay, but with God, all things are possible. So I'm through with this reading, family. I wish the family all the best. Much love to the family. Much love to you all. And please don't argue with each other, family. Please, okay? At the end of the day, anybody say something out the way, okay, when it comes to you, okay, having the right to your opinion in the comment section. Look, take your sister advice. Give them your what? Your silence, not your energy. Okay. And if I see it down there, I'm going to delete it anyway. So don't waste your energy, family, being mean spirit, because it won't get you nowhere. Okay. This is about Gabby, not about us. Much love to you all. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. Okay, baby.